Hi there guys, Jason here from Get In The Mix and Why Buy New. Finally, it's here, it's finally arrived, eagerly awaited, Numark Mixtrack Pro 2. Brand spanking new, in its box, going to get it out, show you exactly what it comes with, how to set it up. Moment of truth, here we go. Well, here it is guys, Numark Mixtrack Pro 2. First time ever unboxing it, it's a really exciting moment, really good bit of kit this. I've already got the computer pre-programmed at the moment, all pre-installed with Serato DJ Intro, so it's literally going to be a case of plug and play. Serato Intro is fantastic, especially if you're a scratch DJ, and you can see everything on the screen, it is brilliant. Right, as you can see it's well packaged, very nice bit of kit this, and very looking forward to seeing what this is like. Look at that, that's a lovely bit of kit. Very heavyweight. You can probably see the two here. We've got the old one here and obviously a newer model here. Platters dramatically smaller, but I tell you, they do look, they even feel, they actually feel the part, feel very smooth. I mean, touch sensitive with these as well, which is exactly what you need to scratch DJ, you're mixing your music anyway. Pitch control looks totally different on this. I mean, they've changed the pitch knob on here. I mean, that is so much smoother as well. All your touch velocity pads they use on the Akai products as well, which I mean they feel brilliant. And also it's for triggering your samples, your cue points, various different things, and your effects as well. Pitch bend modes was pretty self-explanatory. You can use your platter for mix and for scratch with the buttons. Your syncs, your cue, your play and your stutter like you have on the original Mixtrack. Well, freeband EQ, I mean they already feel a lot more smoother than before. Your browse mode on here with the jog wheel, which you can use to obviously skip through your tracks, loading A and B. You've got your two volume controls, and again they're very smooth. Your master control volume, slap bang in the middle, that feels very rugged as well. Crossfader, for me it's really important on a scratch DJ, this is nice and smooth, and that feels brilliant. It's going to be interesting to see what this runs like. Yeah, same on both sides, very nice. What we got on the other side then? Headphone port on the side, obviously you all know where by now with the original it's got a built-in audio interface. With this one here it's in the bottom right hand corner. Have that in here, and microphone with mic gain on the corner. What they've also done, which I quite like about this, is they've got the quarter jack and the 3.5 jack attachment here for your headphones, so you can use either. So even if you turn up, if you had someone wanting to plug their own headphones in, they turn up with a USB stick, you can literally plug their own ones in here if they've forgotten the adapter, which is pretty good in my account to be honest. Okay, so the first thing you do once you have unboxed your Mixtrack Pro is obviously get this powered up by USB. The unit is powered by USB, so there's no other external power supply required. So the back of your unit, as you can see on here, USB cable into USB port, nice and easy, really straightforward. Secondly, all you do after you're plugged in the back of the Mixtrack Pro is plug this in front of your computer or your back of your computer. Simple as that. Okay, as everyone knows, Mixtrack Pro 2 has its own built-in audio interface, so all you literally do is go from the rear of the unit on the audio output, from the left and the right, into your output source. So we're going from the rear of the Mixtrack Pro 2 into the input of whatever source you have, so whether it's a hi-fi speaker, whatever you have. This one here is a studio speaker, okay? So all you do, you've got the right hand side cable here from the Mixtrack Pro into the input of your studio monitor. You can do the same thing with the left hand side speaker. You can do this with studio monitors, you can go through hi-fis, anything that has an input on the back. Obviously if you're using this in a live environment, you'll be plugging this into the input of your live speaker, as I'm doing here. So there you go guys, as long as you have your USB cable plugged into your computer from the output of the unit for the power and the control for the software, and your RCAs from the output of the unit plugged into the input of your studio monitors or other audio equipment, you're cracking to go. I mean the first thing I just noticed there, which is pretty clever on this, is the backlit touch wheel jog lens. I mean they're brilliant on the platters. Literally stand straight out, so if you're playing in a dark club or a dark venue, they'll light up for miles. Right, let's get the software all loaded up on here with Intro, like straight away with Intro. As I say, it's already pre-configured, so it's already done, so it's just a case of plug and play. Let's find the track, as you can see on the screen on here. You can see on there, move it down, goes up, move it up, goes down. Push it down, load the track. Because we've got the first one on the screen. Let's see what this is like. There we go. That is incredibly responsive. Yeah, if you're used to using vinyl or CDJs, you'll be happy to know with that, because I've not used one of these in this price range that is this responsive. This is actually very impressive. Let's see what this is. Let's see what this is like. pitch control, very responsive indeed. If you're used to using CDJs, you'll be well away with this. Pitch control buttons, absolutely brilliant. Effects. Oh man, you can fully customise your effects on the screen and see exactly what you're doing. If you can see on here, when I'm moving the effects, literally twisting them left and right, completely cuts out the cut off. Oh, that's brilliant. Literally a case just turning on and off. With loops, when you want to loop part of a track, you can see it on here what you're doing anyway, like you would with CDJs, you loop in and you loop out. With this unit on here, literally loop in and loop out. You can see it on the screen. Push loop out again, and then move it in, and you can actually completely customise your loop. There you go, look. Same as a CDJ, as much as you want. When you're finished, edit the loop, links back to the track. That is brilliant. The good thing about Serato intros, if you are a scratch DJ, you can completely configure the crossfader. So if you don't like it, so when you're moving it in and out, it's very slow and gradual, you can do it so it literally comes in and out. And what I've done with my one is, if you're a scratch DJ, you move it all the way in here, it cuts off completely. So you literally just got to twitch it. But all in all with that, I reckon a good play around on this for a good half an hour, 45 minutes. Anybody that's never used a controller before will be well away with that. I mean, as I say, I've had much experience with the old faithful here, the Mixtrack Pro 1. After seeing and looking at this one here now, I'm quite eager to have a good go on it, to be quite honest with you. Any more information, any help at all required, make sure you catch myself, DJ Jason, Get in the Mix and Why Buy New. Get in contact, ask me whatever you like. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope it's been quite helpful. Thank you. Hi there guys, Jason here from Why Buy New and GetInTheMix.co.uk, here today to show you a quick demonstration and run through on scratching on the Numark Mixtrack Pro 2. And a lot of people asking if you can scratch on these, and I'll tell you right now, I've had a good old go for the last hour and a half on this controller, and I think it is brilliant. Very, very responsive, brilliant platters, and I will show you exactly what you do. Well, very quickly guys, one of the first main things you need to do once the software is installed on your computer with Serato DJ Intro, especially if you're going to be scratching, is making sure the crossfader curve is set correctly in the software. All you need to do, if you're starting from scratch, click on Setup. On here you see Internal Mixer, CF curve, crossfader curve. Make sure, usually when the software's already on, it'll be at 12 o'clock like that. For gradual mixing, so it's slow mixing on the crossfader, you want that all the way down to there for normal house mixing. For scratch DJ mixing, you'll make sure you turn that all the way to the right hand side. That way, the moment you open the crossfader ever so slightly, it will come straight on, and that's all you need to do. So I've already got a track load on here with my scratch sample, so you can see that on there. All you literally do, play button on there, cue your track to where you need it, which I've already done, and open your fader. It is very straightforward, and I'll quickly do a quick basic scratch to show you what it sounds like, alright? See, basic effects and things you can throw off straight away, okay? Doesn't matter how intricate you want to get. I mean, I can do this incredibly fast to give you an idea of just what you can get away with. So you can pull off some basic scratches and some more sort of amateur style scratches, professional scratches. You can do that. Take a lot of practice. Obviously if you are used to vinyl, it's going to be a bit difficult because it doesn't spin around. But if you're jumping that leap from vinyl to CDs, or even from CDs to digital, it is a brilliant little bit of kit to learn on. You can get all your cue samples all set, so instead of having to move a needle back and forth, say like you do on the turntable, with this, all you have to do is load your samples onto each pad, so you can literally just jump towards what sample you wish. So say for an example, tracks playing in the background, like I've got on there, and I'll give you an idea of scratching on the top now. So you can see, as I've done there, you can pull that off. If you have any more questions, anything at all you need answering, just phone up and ask myself. It's Jason from Why Buy New and GetInTheMix.co.uk. Thank you very much.
Hi, this is Owen. We're here at DJTechDirect.com's Birmingham-based store, and just going to give you a quick run through of the new Numark Mixtrack Pro version 2. Brand new design, brand new layout as well. Actually, new jog wheels, very nice touch sensitive platters on there. You've also find you've got the addition of 8 pads above each deck as well. Now I'm going to run through these mainly. Most of you will know the layout of the Mixtrack Pro as it was before, one of the best selling DJ controllers available on the market. So you've still got your 3-band EQ, the fact that you can actually navigate the software, which by the way is Serato DJ Intro, comes free of charge with the Numark Mixtrack Pro 2. So yeah, the main thing to kind of run through with you is the functions of the pads. So as you'll see here, you've got 8 pads, 4 on the top. Their main function is control over the effects on Serato DJ Intro. So you'll notice you've got your effects here, so there's 3 on this side with the beat manipulator on the far side, and the same again on the other side. So holding the shift function and changing any of these dials here will actually change the type of effect that you have assigned to each pad. Letting go of the shift function will allow you to then use the rotaries to change the amount of the effect. So I've loaded a track up already on here. As you see, it works in scratch mode as with the original one. I think with the new jog wheels it is a little bit more responsive as well, so nice touch there, Numark, very good. So track playing, you'll go quickly through the effects. So to actually activate the effect, you tap the pad. Now you'll notice around the side of the pad as well, there is like a backlit LED, so you can see whether or not the pad is actually activated, rather than having to look at the screen. So again, it allows you to focus more on your mixing and DJing with the unit, rather than having to rely on the laptop. So yeah, with that active, we've got this set on a high pass filter at the moment. So if I start moving this up, hopefully you can hear that there, that it's taking out all the bottom end. A bit of resonance to it as well, so you can kind of hear the filter working. Now, while that's all the way up there, rather than, if the track's about to break into something, rather than having to bring it all the way back down, just tapping the pad will knock the effect off. So on and off. You can use multiple effects in one go, so I've actually got a low pass filter set on the second pad, which kind of acts as like a band pass effect if you use both. So if I put both of them on, turn up the high pass and then also the low pass, you'll notice you're now taking out the bottom end and the top end and leaving some of the mid-range, which can then be kind of sweet. So that's a cool function. I found on the original Mixtrack you couldn't necessarily manipulate the effects that well on the fly. Now you can. So that's kind of your main functions of the first pads. Now you've got your other 4 along the bottom. Now these again, I don't know if you can see, you've got different shift functions here. So the first one, if I hold down shift and press the first pad, we move into the loop category, so it allows you to set loops. Samples, you can actually trigger 4 samples up here. If you look on Serato Intro in the sample screen, I've actually loaded 4 stab sort of sample effects in here, which can then be triggered over the track, which is a really cool feature. And then on the final one is you have cue points as well. So I can actually set cue points throughout the track, very similar to what you would find, say, on your CDJ, your Pioneers, where you've got 3 cue points. So the last one will actually allow you to clear cue points. This first one is set at the moment to the start of the song. You can use it to be quite creative, so if you've got a kick at the beginning and then a snare, even with the track stop, you could actually program little beats over another track playing in the background if you wanted to. So yeah, that's quite a cool thing. Again, as I say, you can clear those cue points anytime you want while the track's playing. So yeah, we'll go back to loops as well. Another function of these pads at the top with the shift button down is to actually do automatic loops. So the first one, you'll notice is quite a short loop. Second one, slightly longer. So you pressing it again is going to deactivate the loop basically. If you have to do this with the shift button on, otherwise that will activate the effects. Won't take you long to kind of get your head around that. I've only been playing this for about 10 minutes and pretty quick to get to grips with. So yeah, they're your automatic loops along the top, as you can see, perfectly in time all the time, because Serato itself has already quantized the beat grids basically on your tracks. So yeah, that's the automatic loops. Now, going back to shift function 1 on here, you can set loops manually. So if I press the loop in, you'll see that it highlights blue here, then allowing you to hit it again to set the loop out. As you'll see, not fantastic there. I can adjust the start and the end points of the loops just by pressing it again and then using the jog wheel to shorten or lengthen the loop. Pressing the third button in is going to turn the loop off completely. So yeah, that's the first function, loop. We've gone through cue function as well. So then the final one with the sample function. As I said before, I've actually loaded up 4 samples on here. Now these can be triggered on these pads. Now you can use it as you would say like an MPC or one of Akai's MPD style controllers. Each one here has got a different pad. You can actually, a different sound, sorry, assigned to the pad. You can actually put loops on there as well, and it will actually play as a loop and continuously play until you deactivate it. These ones are one-shot samples, so they're not governed by the volume of the actual track either. So the good thing with this is you can actually trigger the samples and then manipulate the original track that's played as well. So you can get some really good sort of effects out of this unit, something that you've not been able to do before with a controller for this kind of money. And the build quality of it, again, going back to what I was saying before, is just phenomenal. Absolute bargain, just $179 from DJTechDirect.com.
Hi everyone, this is Chris Roman from Newmark here at NAMM 2013 on West End DJ TV. At the show this year, we're proud to show off the MixTrack Pro 2. Now, as many people know, the MixTrack Pro is by far the #1 selling DJ controller in the world. The MixTrack 2 intends to extend that legacy by adding several new, really cool and fun features to the already very easy to use MixTrack Pro. So one of the changes that we made when we designed this model is we said, you know what, we want to make the wheels even better. And so we took the wheels, still it has capacitive touch wheels on them right here. And let's load a track on the deck. So I got track up here, so I have all that control. The wheels are now lit, so you can really see the wheels in the dark. You still have all your standard transport controls on it. And up here, you'll notice that we've basically added MPC style pads. So on the MPC style pads, you're able to do a lot of really interesting things that you couldn't do before. For instance, you now have the ability to do looping, queuing, play your hot cues, and your sampling all from the pads themselves. So right now I'm in queue mode. So I'll set up a hotkey right there. Alright, so if I want to do that, I can do that. Or I have some samples set up on here, so if I want to trigger a sample, I can do that. Go over, we'll show the sample sets. So there's a sample right there. So, got some samples on there. Or I can, of course, do my looping. Oh. My bad, looping's over here, so I got a loop going. I can take that loop and I can make it a little bit shorter. Let it go. So all your loop controls, all your effects controls are here also. So up here, if I go back over to the effects section, I can show you what's going on here. So here I'm going to adjust, basically I'll go turn on the high pass filter. I got a phaser set up over here. So I can control all that from there, and then of course I can adjust the beats or the actual speed at which it's all going on here with this last knob. Or I can tap in my BPM if I want. In addition to the feature changes on the top of the unit, we've also added some other things. So, on the side here, the audio interface has been moved to the side, so you're not walking into it. Where in the previous one we had it on the front, so it's on the side here. Your mic control's right here. And then on the back side, of course, you have your outputs to go to your speakers. The unit's a little bit slimmer, a little bit sexier. So what you see right here is the Mixtrack Pro 2, and we're showing off two new units at the show. We're showing off the Mixtrack Pro 2 and also the Mixtrack. The big difference between the two of them is the Mixtrack Pro 2 has the audio built in it, and it comes with Serato DJ Intro. It also comes pre-mapped to work with Serato DJ if you should so choose. The Mixtrack comes with Virtual DJ LE. It does not have the audio input. So the Mixtrack.
I have one of them on order now.
Used a little more cowbell. I gotta have more cowbell. You're gonna want that cowbell.
Why don't you lay down that cowbell right now?
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell. To be honest, fellas, it was sounding great, but I could have used a little more cowbell.
The last time I checked, we don't have a whole lot of songs that feature the cowbell.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell, more cowbell, more cowbell, more cowbell.
you can't hide. I wanna know what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind. You can't hide. I wanna know what you're feeling. Tell me what's on your mind. Let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on, I'm talking to you. Come on. Shout, shout. Let it all out. These are the things I can do without. Come on, I'm talking to you. Come on. And the only prescription is more cowbell. I put my pants on, just like the rest of you, one leg at a time. Except, once my pants are on, I make gold records. I could have used a little more cowbell. Doesn't work for me. I gotta have more cowbell. I put my pants on, just like the rest of you, one leg at a time. Except, once my pants are on, I make gold records. I could have used a little more cowbell. I gotta have more cowbell. And the only prescription is more cowbell. I gotta have more cowbell.
Trouble on the way.